It is now 11:17. Jason, Michael, there have been changes since the last time we saw you, I understand.
There have been, and there's been a lot of changes here in the Midwest. Russ, all the meteorologists here in the Midwest are keeping an eye on these storms as they are going to be tracking through here. We've already seen semis being overturned over near the Chicagoland area on I-55, structural issues with some of the buildings collapsing, roofs collapsing over that area as well. I don't foresee that being a major threat for us tomorrow. However, we're expecting some really high windy conditions exceeding 40 miles per hour across several areas for an extended period of time. This is what the system looks like right now. The potent aspect of this system is crawling through Indiana, so just over one state away from us right now, and also just to the north along Lake Erie and also southern Canada. Quite the light show is being in effect for that region as well. All of this activity is moving eastward. We're still on the leading edge of it, leading edge meaning we still have a lot of warm, very moist air to deal with right now. And we've seen temperatures throughout the afternoon climb from the 40s into the low 50s, and even some areas getting into the mid to upper 50s. And that's what we're going to be dealing with overnight tonight. So this is what the line of storms look like right now. We've already also begun to see some of the bowing happen with some of these storms as well. That means at the north side and the southern side, they are just racing here. And so the center of it is just like bowing out there because we have such a high impact event that's really sort of steering the storm. Earlier this evening, we did have a little bit of a clap of thunder outside of our studios here. That activity is moving towards Lake and also Ashtabula County. That earlier severe thunderstorm warning has now eroded away. We don't have that in effect. We still have an effect for tomorrow morning, mid-morning through early afternoon into the early evening hours, that wind advisory. Not everybody's going to be coming off at the same time. That's why we're saying Saturday AM through Saturday evening with 50+ mile per hour gusts. I think we're going to average around 35 to 45 miles per hour. From winter weather to colder, drier air to active weather to wind alerts. We have our fair share of what's going on here in the Midwest, with much of the activity, as I said before, still moving through Indiana. So many severe thunderstorm warnings now in effect, as well as a couple tornado warnings in effect. That energy will be allowed to expire a little bit more to not really necessarily turn tornadic for us, but it's still going to have a lot to say once it moves through between midnight and about 5 a.m. for us. This warm air is also going to be moving in. We have another warm front arriving overnight tonight. Some areas could be touching on 60 degrees by sunrise for you tomorrow morning. We stop the clock at around 8 a.m. Gusts around 25 miles per hour. Let's fast forward a little bit. Early afternoon, frontal boundary is now moving through the region. Upper 30s to low 40 mile per hour gusts. Once it's safely passed, our wind direction is going to be changing around dinner time. We're still going to have around 15 to 20 mile per hour gusts. Some areas around 30 mile per hour gusts. But once the frontal boundary passed, we begin to cool things off in a big way, as well as our winds are also going to be coming down. And you can see around 7 a.m. on Sunday, about 15 mile per hour gusts. So again, not terrible. Our severe weather threat for tomorrow is on the lowest end of the totem pole, so we're about a 1 out of 5 here. So we're not expecting widespread, strong, severe thunderstorm activity for our Saturday. So mark that down. We're not expecting that. So this is what happens around 2, 3, 4 a.m. This is that line that's moving through Indiana at this point. It arrives for us around 2 to 4 a.m. We clear that. Temperatures are still in the 50s here. Some areas could even see a little bit of sunshine waking up for you tomorrow morning. Clouds roll on back. Frontal boundary is passing early afternoon. We switch things off here, changing over from 50s, giving way to 40s, eventually moving back into the 30s. And eventually, once we go to bed, we turn on the snow machine for some. So we're going to have that lake effect snow event, not going to be widespread and certainly not going to be heavy. That is likely going to happen overnight Saturday into Sunday with 20s waking up here. So it's going to feel like mid-20s by the time we get to Sunday morning. But high pressure is in control. It returns here for Sunday afternoon. Lots of sunshine with milder temperatures expected for the first half of the week. 60s. Another storm event expected midweek, and your Union homework gets 10-day. But then we dry things out by Thursday, Friday. And Guardians, mid to low 50s expected. And even next weekend doesn't look too bad.